is day 19 of a water-only fast. So many of my subscribers have suggested that I needed to see a doctor. I need vitamins. They've suggested what vitamins, what supplements. First of all, most of that stuff that has been suggested to me are probably good suggestions, but in my opinion, after doing the research and speaking with a doctor this week, which I have a video up that I'll show you, the doctor said that 9 out of 10 of those suggestions are an effort in futility. When I spoke to the doctor, we did a blood pressure test, systolic and diastolic. My blood pressure went from 180 over 130 when I did not take this medicine about a month ago. I did not take it for 2 days before I went to the doctor, and my blood pressure was 180 over 130. So, and you know what? I decided that I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to lose the weight, which is what the doctor said would help bring the blood pressure down. So I never took the blood medicine, pressure medicine again, which is called losartan. I never took it again for 30 days. Now, 19 days ago, I went on a full-on water fast only. So that includes no food. What some people have a problem with is no food means no food. It means water only. That's in the title. They have a problem with that because they have no understanding of what a water fast is and how it affects your body. The people that really know about fasts, they've come on the show and said, this is going to happen on day 1, on day 2, on day 5, on day 10, and no one ever knew anything about after day 10. I did, because I read about it before I started. I said, you know what? There's a fella that water fasted for 385 days. Let's go take a look at that fella here. Okay. Okay. World's longest water fast ever. Angus Barry fasted for 382 days, lost 125 kilos, down 207 to 82. So he lost 250 plus pounds in 1 year. Okay? Now, my original fast, if you remember what I said, my original fast, I was going to looking slim, and I am. I feel healthy. Thank you, Stinky's Laundry. My original fast, I said I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 100 days. But if I lose it before 100 days is up, then I will stop. But I won't stop until I lose 100 pounds because that's my optimal weight. That's what I should weigh, 160, 170. And then we all know what's going to happen when I lose that weight. I'm going to go to the Cuckoo Bar and Grill on Bantayan Island, and I'm going to put out some information at the Cuckoo Bar and Grill. And then, but before I go to the Cuckoo Bar and Grill, I'm going to go to the mayor's office and the police station on the island to check, to make sure I'm allowed on the island. But that's all 70 or 80 days from now. But that's going to happen. And then we have a man who is, in my opinion, a chronic liar and a fraud. He will be found out, and we're going to test his YouTube metal. We're going to test his ability to tell the truth, because right now it's at a minimal. The story changes from one day to the next. With Fazio, he can't fast for 100 days. Nobody can fast for 100 days. I read about this. It's not true. So his intellect is, seriously speaking, if someone doesn't be not able to research how long you can water fast for, well, he has no right to talk about other people's ability to do water fasting. And while I have your attention here, talking about people that are not honorable and not necessarily truthful, I have the opportunity at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9:30 Philippines time. Alo de Winter invited me on his show to back up what I've said about him. And that's where I'll be at 9:30. I'm going to end this show shortly. But moving back. So all the things that people said would happen on a water fast for the first 10 days, all of that happened, plus more. But by the day number 6,
best no Wi-Fi games for long car ride.
By day number 6, which is Onome in Visaya, on day 6, you lose all wish, want, will, and desire to eat. Okay? So as it turned out, there was a fiesta that I collected money for Nanai's fiesta. I collected enough super chat to give Nanai 6,000 plus pesos, because I took some out of my pocket for the portrait that I was going to have, that I'm having made for Nanai. It's going to be five more business days. It went to whatever studio they make the big pictures. It went to that studio. My negative went there, my electronic digital recording of their family portrait went to a studio. I paid up front. Hold on a minute. Where the heck? Just watch me on the screen. I want to talk about the price of coffee in the Philippines also. Where the heck did I put that? Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. I want to talk about the price of coffee in the Philippines. The price of coffee in the Philippines went up 13%. 13% in one day, in one uptick, 13%. But we'll do that in a minute. So here, coming from my wallet, Aldea photo. It's right at the entrance to Tagbilaran City. 800 peso. Oh, that's the date. And where is the amount? Where is the amount? Deposit. Where the heck did I just see that? Deposit, right there. 800. Deposit 800 pesos. 8/30/2023, and it's going to be a 12 by 18 photograph. Now, I had allotted I had allotted for Nanai 6,000 pesos. In cash, I gave her 5,000 pesos. I kept 1,000 towards the photograph. I gave 800 to Aldea Photo, which I just showed you. Then they have a frame there. When I go back, the frame is 750 pesos. So I'm going to take, that would be 800 and 750 would be 1550. I had allotted 1,000 saved, took away from the total, and I took 550 pesos out of my pocket for the frame. However, two people donated another 250 pesos total. So actually, I only took 300 pesos out of my pocket, and I'm okay with that. So my money, when I collect the money, it goes exactly where I said it was going. Now let's go to that video so you can see in video format. Well, let's talk about the fasting first. Let's talk about fasting. So on day 6, my hunger stopped. And then we're going to Alo's show at 9:30. Make a note. He's going to give me the opportunity to rebuttal his nonsense. And he's going to be in, well, it's going to be good. So on day 6, I stopped getting hungry. So on day 13, the 13th, I stopped. On day 15, the fiesta was day 15. I watched them roast the pig. I watched them cook all the victuals with the pig. I watched them make fresh manok, chicken, deep fried, southern fried chicken, and I didn't eat a thing because I don't eat food anymore. So what is it that people have a problem with about whether or not I eat food? So we're going to show you 2 videos. So now it is 19 days, 0 food, except for the skins of 2 calamansi, which is 74 calories. 74 calories in 19 days. So the little people on YouTube, you know who you are. You're the people that talk up a big storm, but will never, ever, 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 ever back it up in the ring. And that's a story for another day. We're going to give you that opportunity again when I get to the Cuckoo Bar and Grill. So, moving... Oh, Louis Pagan Pounce, thank you. Oh, my God, look at this. Look at this, the handy pot. Louis just made up the difference. Louis just made up the difference. Hey, Mike, in my honest opinion, if in fact Pelican Arms girls... Oh. Hey, Mike, now this is Super Chat, so I gotta read it. Hey, Mike, in my honest opinion, if Pelican Arms girl did in fact opine or said anything against Aloe, accountability must be reconsidered. So, well, that's all true, and I am sure that the man without a spine, how he gets through life, how he walks from one place to another without a spine, I don't know. I don't know how that's possible, to have jelly in the spine and still able to walk. Maybe it's a miracle, I tell you. So that did happen, Louis. So let's talk about women with big mouths. When I dated Daisy May, she never had anything to say about any of the bloggers or any of the YouTubers. When I asked Daisy May for her opinion, she would go like this and walk away. But I want to tell you something that's even more important. What Daisy walked away from was all the what she called blah 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 on YouTube. But let me tell you, Daisy May, when I asked, this is a big one, folks, pay attention, this is a big one. When I and Daisy May were standing next to each other, and I asked or reached over for a kiss from Daisy May, she gave me a kiss. Sometimes on the cheek, sometimes a quick peck on the lips. The man, who we shall rename Spineless, that spineless little character has never once in 7 years gotten a kiss in a public venue on YouTube. Oh, COVID. His girlfriend told him she can't kiss him because of COVID on a live stream. Man, if I was going out with a girl and I asked her for a kiss and she said no, the door would automatically open up. Auto open. Mick Fisher is in the house. Always gets a free bang. Bang for Mick Fisher, 'cause Mick Fisher did special things. Mick Fisher put people in their place in a live stream, and we thank Mick Fisher for doing that. And in return, we're going to have a great time in Behold. A great time in Behold. Mick Fisher gets the shirt of his choice. Yes, indeed. Thank you for stopping by, Mick Fisher. Dennis Adam is in the house. Thank you. So if I asked a woman that I was living with, that I was buying food for, that I was paying homage to her family, that I was helping with all dental, all medical, all foods, all presents, all pasalubong, all monthly payments, all Christmas presents, all birthday presents. And I helped Daisy's family in a small degree, much less than most people. And her family was appreciative as much as they could be. Filipinos in general will say thank you, and that's about it, because they do appreciate it. But if I asked a woman that I was giving pasalubong to for Christmas, for New Year's, for her mother's birthday, for her father's birthday, for her birthday, one vacation a year to see her family for 3, 4, or 5 weeks so she could spend Christmas, New Year's, and her birthday. And I asked her for a kiss, and she said no. The door behind me, not much of a door, I'll agree to that, but the door behind me knows to open up, and I would ask her to use the door, hand her a certain amount of cash, thanks Coffee House, a certain amount of cash. Coffee House always mentions, he gives a thumbs up, a certain amount of cash that would be enough for her to either get a hotel for the night and a boat the next day or airfare, but she would be gone. That's how much I would tolerate. No kiss for the Foz? Really? I support you. I give monies to your family. I buy you food. I send you on a vacation for 3, 4, or 5 weeks every year, and you don't give me a kiss. Well, I would be so embarrassed that you would watch the door open up and you would watch her leave that moment while I was live streaming. She'd have time to pack, but she'd be gone before the live stream ended so that you could all see she left in good health and good riddance. I would be so embarrassed if my girlfriend, especially if I asked my girlfriend for a kiss on my birthday, I would be so embarrassed. My heart would cry. My heart would cry. My heart would just bleed. When you get here, you'll understand what an ATM machine with arms and legs looks like. Well, you're a chump, and you don't understand the politics of the Philippines. It's not just me. It's all foreigners. We are obligated to help our girlfriends, wives, and family for a certain amount of what is called pasalubong. But we don't have to worry. Big J Smith. Hold on a minute. We have a guy here that needs to disappear. Let's see. Wow, he somehow that comment didn't show up. Maybe Dennis took care of that. Thanks, Dennis, if you did. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take care of it. Yeah, so as far as being an ATM machine for the women here in the Philippines, that's standard operating procedure. If you want a girlfriend, they have a saying here: no honey, no money, no honey, no money, no money, no honey. That's true. You have to give them a stipend because they're taking care of the house, because they go shopping, because they wash your clothes. It's no different than America, but here it's more notable. So, because in America, most women have a job. But moving on. Thank you for stopping by, Mick Fisher, Dennis Adam. Thank you, Louis Pagan Potts. Louis Pagan Potts says, how the hell are you, Mike? How dare you hoodwink us all? You were eating the whole time. The Bantayan recluse as exposure. Well, the problem with the recluse is he has no willpower. He has no spine, and he has no willpower, which kind of go hand in hand. That's true. So if I had a girlfriend, a wife, a concubine, or even if I was living with somebody else's wife, especially if I was paying for somebody else's children, I would expect a kiss once in a while on a live stream. I wouldn't expect COVID, virus. I watched a guy try to get a kiss from his girlfriend. In fact, that guy mentioned Super Chat recently 64 times before he got one. 64 times he mentioned Super Chat. If I put on a good show, I give you content. A man that can't add up simple numbers. A man who said Bubba Gums gets $550 a month that he's saving on rent. That's 200,000 pesos. That's what he said. The man can't add numbers. He can't add simple numbers. He gets $550 a month. $550 a month times a pot, 2,200. 2,200 is 124,000 pesos on today's monetary standard. Oh. And 25 people watching the show and only 9 thumbs up. You cheap Charlies. So the man The man said, that's 200,000 pesos, 4 times 550. And then he started mumbling to himself, the same way he started mumbling because he can't add up the square footage of his plat, P-L-A-T, versus his home square footage. So, and he can't get it through his head that when I lose 100 pounds, I'm going to his island to have a hamburger and to make a public statement in a public place with a public challenge because he's got a big mouth. Now he's going to have the opportunity to back it up, little man. So if you don't know who he is, then you don't know YouTube, baby. I got to tell you, I listen to your show, I get in my head, I get sick. 64 times he mentioned Super Chat. I deserve it. My time is worth... Well, wait, his time is worth money, but my time is not. I have wagered him $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 to prove what he says is true. Prove Michael Fazio never owned a barge. And then he crumples up like a little girl in the prosecutor's office. So he never has taken a Fazio challenge. Just runs his lips, flaps his lips in the wind. But we're going to once again give him that opportunity. So let me tell you what else is going to happen. What else is going to happen is that I am, in fact, going to show that he lied again about how much money he was collecting for the Christmas fund and what he was going to do with that money. If you remember, a certain man, and I use that word loosely, was e-begging in August, before September, the Christmas spirit month of September, when people start asking for free stuff in the Philippines. He was getting a head start on e-begging. Okay? So he e-begged and he did good. He did real good. In about 6 days of e-begging, he collected $575, which is what his goal was, 25,000 pesos. And what he was going to do with that is he was going to give it to one lucky family. I call bologna and cheese. He was never going to give out a penny of that to one lucky family. He was going to give that money to somebody's family that he knew personally. So I made a statement that I don't believe it's going to go to an anonymous random family. Now he collects the $575, 25,000 pesos. He changes his tune when he hears my video, that he will give it to somebody that he knows. What is so hard for you people to figure out? You're walking down the block. You tell your wife's second cousin, you go stand over there by the chicken stand, and I'll walk up to you and ask you your name and a few questions. And when you answer them, I'll give you 25,000 pesos. And meanwhile, that's the lucky person. All set up in advance. All in advance set up. So he changed his tune to not one person getting 25,000, but 25 individual 1,000 peso bills. And then I said, no. You go into a restaurant with a hat. You go into a restaurant with your hat and you put 25 numbers in the hat and you shake them around. But those numbers having a corresponding number, 25. Or 50 numbers. Or 100 numbers. And then, but there's only 25 numbers in the hat out of the 100 numbers that you give out. And then you randomly pick the number out. And if the number comes up from the hat to the person you gave a number to, you give them 1,000 pesos. But he don't want to do that. He wants to, again, he wants to select who gets the money. Again, possibility exists. He's going to give it to somebody he knows. But all of that aside, the snake trauma has stopped talking about the giveaway. The snake trauma hasn't mentioned giving any money away at Christmas time for over a week now because the snake trauma went to Cebu and spent more than that on foods for his family, which by law is perfectly okay. By law, it's okay that he does whatever he wants with the money. What you need to know is that the snake trauma never had any intention of giving that 25,000 pesos away to random Philippines families. Now, on top of that, the snake trauma lied big time that he was going to start giving the money away Christmas time, but this week I gave away 500 to a lucky poor man on the street. And then we went to S&R and a woman didn't have 300 pesos. You want to know why that's a lie? I'll tell you why it's a lie. Go to the original video. Go to the original video. The first time he said it, the original video was, I gave 500 to a man. And then later on, some point in the future, I gave 300 to another woman. But today's show was he gave 300 to a woman before the 500. So they got baliktad reversed. The story got reversed because one story is true, maybe. One story is an outright blatant lie, for sure. Both stories may be a blatant lie. That's true, Dennis Adam. So one story is first he gave 500, later on that day he gave 300, but today he gave 300 first and then 500. Because the man can't read, he can't write, he can't do addition math, he can't do multiplication. And he can't tell the truth. Remember, Alo the Winter is going to give me the opportunity. Alo has a show in a little while. 9:30, I think. And he's going to let me talk to him like a real man. We're going to have a real conversation. We're going to talk truth about what's going on in the YouTube community. I think the great Popeye, the sailor, is going to be on Alo's show because without Popeye, part of history would be lost. The history of what it was like living in the Philippines 30 years ago. Without Popeye's great stories, we would not know what it was like to really live back in the 80s in the Philippines. So in that respect, Popeye is sharing history lessons with us on a daily basis. So in that respect, Popeye is giving us information that we couldn't get anywhere else. And I have to also give Popeye a shout out because he threw the Giga Ego under the bus because of the Giga Ego's lifestyle. People say, why? I thought you were friends with the Giga Ego. But then the Giga Ego starts repeating lies from the spineless one about my ex-girl. So I sent all of the Giga Ego's videos to Expat Trash. And they're going to go out more places than that. So there's going to be quite a bit of information. Now, I'm also going to tell you for a fact, and this is another reason why Allo and I had a disagreement, to say the least. Allo refuses to tell me who is on what same-sex dating sites of the vloggers in the Philippines. And I am going to tell you, Allo told me that he has pictures of bloggers or blogger on same-sex ladyboy and other same-sex dating sites in the Philippines. But he won't tell me. After all of the water under the bridge between me and Allo, he refuses to tell me which bloggers are on same-sex dating sites. I don't think that's reasonable. I think I'm going to give him a piece of my mind today about that as well. In fact, let me make a note about that because that's important. I got 5 pages of notes here. What my favorite note is, in 7 years, a blogger has never been kissed. Although many attempts have been made, they have all been repulsed for one reason or another. Could you imagine going to kiss the woman you're supporting for years and years, her extended family, her family, and she goes, "No, COVID." Imagine that. The door would I just heard the door fluttering like that because I talked about a woman not kissing a man that gets the door. I can hear it now. The door's going like this and like that, which is probably not so far off from some of the bloggers on YouTube, especially the bloggers. Do you know that the English word for cigarette is fag, F-A-G, in quotation marks? Do you know that there are fag smokers in the Philippines genre? I know there are. I have to wonder if the people that are on the same-sex dating sites are also fag smokers. I have to wonder about that because I don't know every detail about that. But I think that Allo is going to explain a lot of that on the show. Okay, Allo's show is going on. Some smoke a mule. Okay, Al, I just got a notification that the show, Allo's show, is on. Let's get over there. Let me give you the link. Let's get the link over there. No, I can't give you that link. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, there's fag smokers in the fags are cigarettes. There's fag smokers in the Philippines genre. I knew a guy who paid a 15-day cruise to try to get back with his ex-wife, failed miserably. At least she was his ex-wife. Let's go get this link for Allo de Winter's show. It started 11 minutes ago. It was supposed to start at 9:30. The idiot, he can't even keep time. Isn't amazing? It said 9:30 and then he goes on because he got nothing else to do with his miserable, rotten life. Let's get this He is one vicious little man, I'll tell you that. He's almost as vicious as the spineless one. Let's get this link in the chat window. Where's my here it is right here. Let's get this link in here. Let's get you people over there. Aloe's new big show. Oh man, I'm having a lot of problems with my computer. Aloe's show. Let's go abuse Aloe. Talk to the little fella. Wow, now my computer is doing stuff that I don't even understand now. Okay. Let's go abuse the little fella. And Popeye's over there too. If you want to give Popeye a piece of your mind, well, I'm going to tell Popeye what a great blogger he is, because he has proven to be a great blogger. No doubt about that. I got to end the show. Thanks for the super chat. Let's go to Aloe's show. See what I have to say over there, baby. Gotta go. You know, I could leave my show on and just go over there. No, I can't do that. I don't think I could do two things at one time. So to the little bloggers out there that pay through the nose and beg their girlfriends or wives for a kiss on a live stream and get embarrassed for not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 years, try to kiss your girlfriend and she won't kiss you. That's sad. You spineless little bastard that you are. Let's go over here. End the show, baby. Let's end this show. I'm Pink Permy. Aloe's show is on. Let's go give him a piece of my mind. I'm Pink Permy, which of course means take care always.